Good morning, everyone. Bill and Carrie here for KB Tricks.
Hello.
Where are we? What are we doing, honey?
We are at the Minnesota Landscape Arboretum. We are in Chanhassen, Minnesota today.
And what's this all about?
Well, it's an arboretum, so we are looking at flowers and plants.
Okay, we have not been here in a long time.
No, it's been several years, which is actually kind of sad because really this is like 15 minutes from our house. It's a very quick drive for us.
Oh, well.
One of the closest places we could travel to.
Well, let's go see what they have. I'm gonna walk up to this thing. We're not sure what this is. They got a sculpture here, and this looks interesting. Kind of reminds me of like a witch's hut or something that you'd see in a movie or whatever.
I feel like they're gonna sacrifice people in there.
Let's not give them any ideas.
It's the You Betcha Willow Structure.
Okay. This seems to have like a Mardi Gras or Halloween type theme over here. I got some scarecrows. Looks as if we can walk around this. We just can't go too close to it or inside it. It looks like they got some holiday lights wrapped around it for decoration, so at night they must light this up. You can see it from the highway over here. I'd be interested to come by at night just to see what this looks like with the lights on. So for point of reference, over here is the main building, and over here is the parking lot. We're adjacent to that. Yeah, look at this one. That's fun. You like that one?
Yeah, it looks like a Yeti. It's a Yeti scarecrow.
Yeah, it looks like he's made from a burlap or something like that. Kind of cute. Across from this there's a picnic area, so if you want to bring some lunch, there's some tables over there. Looks like sometimes these things open up, these little shelters. They got the doors down right now, but looks like maybe you might be able to rent those for things. This is kind of the view from Highway 5.
Yes.
Highway 5, and so you can see some of the scarecrows up here on the hill.
At night you can see the lights all up here.
Yeah, I can light that at night. And then, as I said, they got the lights on the You Betcha, what's it called? The Betcha sculpture here. As we walk up here, they have a map of the grounds, which is actually pretty expensive. Whatever. And we're gonna take a photo of that real quick, and that way I have that on my phone, because I tend to get lost sometimes.
I guess, yeah.
You guess. We're gonna walk in the building. Right now they require masks to be worn inside, and outside is recommended.
Yep.
We'll throw those on where we feel necessary, otherwise, you know, when we're not near anybody. Gonna walk into the main building. In the lobby they have one of Carrie's favorite activities.
Shopping.
Oh, that's nice. They got tulips. Carrie likes tulips.
Yes, they're my favorite.
What was that?
They are my favorite flower.
Oh. Hand sanitizer. Good to see. Inside the building here, they actually have maps you can take here. I'm gonna grab one of these. So the gift shop was actually very nice. It had a lot of locally made things.
Mm-hmm.
And
I may have to go back and get some of those soup mixes because they had a bunch of different soup mixes that looked really good.
yeah, very nice. But we're gonna head toward the gardens.
Yes.
One thing that's nice is they got a couple of these signs reminding people to keep distance as we come into some. Yeah. Carrie likes those baskets.
Mm-hmm.
Got some ferns and hostas over in this area. This building here is apparently part of a library, but it's closed right now. Another reminder to practice social distancing and refrain from being in large groups. Kind of more of the flowering plants here, kind of end of season. This is the Waterfall Garden. I wonder how it got its name. Gonna go down the left path, and there seems to be a deck over here. Let's see what they have. The end of the deck is part of the Waterfall Garden. This is nice and peaceful.
It is.
Looks like there's another path that goes down there. Gotta figure that out at some point. Hi, beautiful.
Hello.
Have a good time yet?
Mm-hmm.
This is nice. This is a good idea, huh?
Yep, it is.
Good thinking. This is the other end of that other path. Our path going adjacent to it, parallel. And this goes down to that other waterfall. They have a couple of these signs up too for one way.
But people aren't following them.
And we actually saw a couple signs that said wrong way. Like the sign.
That one right there.
Yeah, well, that one's not for us. That one's to keep people from coming in. And then they have these arrows spray painted on the pavement. They also have these little directional arrows so you know which path you want to go to or which direction. Which direction, honey?
I don't care. I guess let's just go this way.
I think this is still part of the perennial garden, which we've been in for the last couple minutes. I think we're on the west side of that. As Carrie was just saying, we're not used to coming here, and there's a lot of one-ways, so we're not exactly sure where to go. So we're kind of taking this, put down one path down the middle, now we're taking another path that I think will loop us back around.
So we can take another path.
That'll loop us around this other way, so that we can get over to this other. We're figuring it out. We're just having a nice day at the park, or not at the park, at the Arboretum. So we got no place else to be.
Nope.
The Daylily Collection. I'm assuming, oh yeah, a bunch of different daylilies.
Of course, it's kind of out of season now for them.
Yeah. Got a bunch of dahlias of different colors along here. This is very pretty. Some of them are still blooming, even though we're in mid-August or mid-September now. And I do like the color of these purplish, dark blue, violet colors.
So look at how big those two are. They're huge. They're beautiful.
A couple pollinators still at work out here.
Yep.
Got some bees.
I love dahlias. They're happy flowers.
Yeah, those are big hydrangeas.
Wonder if the one in our yard will get this big.
Oh, yeah, we did plant one of these, didn't we?
Yeah, it's not going to get this big.
I hope not.
No.
Otherwise, we planted in a really bad spot. We already came down this one here, so we're going to go down. We looped around, and then we're going to go down this one, and that'll loop us back to the end of that other path. Going to the kitchen herb garden.
Herb. Kitchen herb garden.
Herb.
No, herb.
Herb.
H is silent. Herb.
Well, no, there's an H right there. It's a herb.
No, it's an herb.
Herb. I have an uncle Herb.
Yes. The name herb is pronounced with an H. The name herb, or not name, but the word herb is silent.
Herb garden. How do you know it wasn't a guy named Herb that planted these? It could be Herb's garden. I've seen oregano and parsley and all kinds of things that we can make in the kitchen.
Yes.
But we're not going to...
There's rosemary. We bought that the other day because we needed some. If I would have known, we could have just come and picked a stalk.
I don't think they...
They'd probably frown upon that.
Probably frown upon and kick us out if we try picking anything. They don't like that. Fun design. Looking down on the garden below us, or at least the seating area. You can see how the bushes are into a design. Almost looks like a baseball to me. With the stitching. If you want, there's this... thing you can climb and you can take a look over the garden. Well, there's another path, but the arrows are not in agreement with us, so we'll go up here to this other herb garden. Herb garden, and we'll make a left there to go over to that other herb garden.
Herb.
So this is the Fragrant herb garden. Herb garden, where they get herbs for their scent. And so I got like lavender and Silver King.
Mugwort, they use that in Harry Potter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. And they also got lemon. Am I a jerk? Found ourselves a nice little bench here in the shade. We're gonna just
reflect. Well, it says we're sitting on a reflection bench, so I figured we need to reflect.
I don't look like a mirror, do I? Get it?
I'll be over here.
Okay. So here's kind of the view from our bench. Kind of couple more benches over there, and we're the Fragrant herb garden, so it actually smells pretty nice. And we're going to walk into the rose garden, see if there's still anything left blooming. Oh yeah, there's quite a few roses still standing. And we should come back here during the summer when these are in full bloom, because I can only imagine how much more full this would be with everything in bloom. This pink one here is pretty.
Friendship rose.
It's a hybrid tea rose.
The peach one here, pumpkin patch.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty color. A nice little fountain up here too, and nice and peaceful, listening to the water.
I'm loving these orange colored ones. I'm usually not a big fan of orange, but these orange colored roses are beautiful. Maybe it's because they're different.
Pink
parfait.
Pink parfait. What's that? Ever see a word and you're just like, how's that pronounced? No, these are pretty. That was a rose garden.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Kind of wish that, again, it's end of season here. So,
yeah, mid-September.
Yeah. It would have been, at its prime, would have been really pretty.
Yeah.
But still looked nice.
We just got to come back.
Yep. We just got to remember to come back.
Now we're going to enter the Woodland azalea garden. More arrows telling us which way to go. Oh, this
it's a koi pond.
Yeah, it's a koi pond.
Wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah, nice little waterfall back there too. Ooh, got some small ones in there.
Yeah.
Really big ones and some really small ones. Really some pretty fish. This is our kind of style.
This is a garden we know plenty about.
Weed garden.
The weed garden.
I got invasive plants. These are not common to Minnesota. Got some tomatoes back there and some other, still some bright colored flowers over here. We're across from the patio and container garden. We'll poke our head in up here. Part of the patio garden, they have a cutting garden. There's a bunch of flowering plants up here. These are very pretty. Kind of like these pink ones here, yeah, with like the cones, cone-ish, like fluffy cone. I don't know what the term is.
Here's so fluffy.
Here's the fluffy. And there's another herb garden.
Herb.
This is the Keating greenhouse. Looks like you got some cactus type plants in here.
Agave.
Oh, okay.
Let's make some tequila.
Okay, sure. Oh, but it's not blue agave.
No.
So these are plants that even Minnesota summers might be too cool for them. Sign here says, gardening, it's cheaper than therapy and you get tomatoes.
Look, it's a giant grasshopper on the sunflower.
Giant grasshopper? Oh,
yeah. He kind of blends right in.
Yeah, there he is. Hi, buddy. It's Jiminy. Alright, we did a little loop and now we're back at the beginning of the, what was this garden called?
We're the Japanese garden.
No, we're heading toward the Japanese garden.
Well, we're basically in the Japanese garden.
Okay, I thought this was something else.
No, this is the Japanese garden.
Okay, well, that explains the koi.
Yes.
I wonder if the Japanese garden will have a herb garden.
Herb!
So that's the koi pond, and this time we're on the path that goes above it. And so we're next to this little waterfall that goes down to the koi pond. And we're going to take this path this time. Oh, this way is a fern walk. I actually like ferns. Carrie's not a big fan. And I always like ferns because they're so cool, as in like temperature wise when you walk by them, because they're in cool valleys. I'll shut up now. Walking to the Hosta Glade, which I like hostas. They're the only plants I can grow Can't grow grass, can't grow veggies, but I can grow hostas because all we got is shade around the house. Really thick of hostas. A lot of different varieties. We are transitioning from the Hosta Glade into the Japanese garden. I always like Japanese gardens. I think they're so pretty. Check out this tree. It comes up here, curves around, comes back down, and it's up over the path here. I think I'm gonna go up here to this little gazebo or whatever hut, whatever it's called, and have a sit for a few minutes. See, it is nice back here because you can sit here and you got the waterfall.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's completely 100% natural waterfall over there. Just listen to it with a beautiful view right there.
Sure.
You're blushing.
No, I'm just warm.
I'd say you're hot.
Okay.
I'm really liking these this garden. It looks very pretty.
It's beautiful. So I like all the waterfalls and the water features and
yeah. Then there's actually some more koi in here. It's a little more murky, this water, than that other koi pond, but you can still see quite a few koi in there. So for the most part, we're done walking around the main gardens, around the main buildings.
correct.
And what are we going to do now, though?
So now we're going to head out and we're going to get in the car and do the 3-mile drive.
It's a how long is the drive?
It's a 3-mile drive.
3-mile drive. Really, if there's only some name or something, so we knew how long the distance was. It's a big round. There's also a 3-mile walk. We're gonna avoid that because we're lazy.
Well, it's not that we're lazy. Okay, maybe you're lazy. It's just that, you know, if we were to do a 3-mile walk, we'd really be here all day.
Yeah, but you could spend all day here very easily.
Yes.
As we're walking back the car, they have the maple sugar house, which is down there, and when maple syrup is in production in the spring, that's where they will gather sap and make maple syrup, and you can see how they do the process. We're going to go past the main building here, and we're going to follow some signs that say how to get to the 3-mile drive, like this white one here. 3-mile drive, a 3-mile drive. Let's see if Carrie get us lost.
Gee.
Along the way here on our right is the Japanese garden is, and for those hostas, we're gonna make a right over here. Sign says walkers not permitted on the 3-mile drive. I suppose it's only fair because drivers aren't permitted on the 3-mile walk, right?
Correct.
Okay. Along here, Bursing Cabin History Center. Original cabin on this property is being restored to become a center for the history of the Arboretum. This is a peaceful little drive back here. It's nice and cool. Got the windows open, just kind of enjoying it. And Carrie's also going at a wow, 10 miles per hour. You speed demon, you.
Yep.
Slow down. Looks like you might be able to pull over and park here. Maybe not right now. They got these cones up, but there's a bench down there with the lake. Nice and pretty. And it said wildflower area. Looks like you can walk through there too. Looks like there's a parking lot up here. First parking lot along the route. Let's poke our head in over here. And so from there you can walk to that lake back there and the wildflower area. We're at the first parking area for the 3-mile drive. And there's like not exactly a playland, but there's something that you can climb up to look down on. And part of the 3-mile walking path, I believe. And so if we go down that way, that's where that lake is, and also the wildlife or wild plant.
Wildflower trail.
Wildflower trail. Thank you. I'm sorry. And then they have a couple mini houses. This one, and on the other side, they got another one here. They're calling these playgrounds, I guess. And They're closed right now, probably because of COVID. But just a little place for kids to hang out in. Back in the car, back on the route.
Yep.
What are we, like quarter mile in?
Probably, if even. We're not that far in. Got some wildflowers.
Yeah. Wild plants up on the right, flowers and such. Called the David Winton edition.
It's the Prairie Garden.
Oh, Prairie Garden. Okay, so I'm assuming every couple of years they might do a controlled burn here so that the plants stay native. Looks like another parking area.
There's restrooms at this parking lot, according to the sign.
Okay. Want to keep going straight, or you want to go?
I'm gonna keep going straight.
Okay. We're gonna skip that lot.
Got the weeping trees.
Weeping trees over here. We got some weeping willows and a few others. On the left is a garden for wildlife. I'm assuming that these are plants that deer and whatever will eat from. Birch collection. Types of birch trees. Here's a spruce collection. Small trees. Over here some ash trees. Like a crab apple or something like that.
Crab apple collection.
Coming up to a sculpture garden. There's some places we can park and walk through if we wanted to. Well, we parked and we're going to go take a look at the sculpture garden. Across from there is a shrub walk that we can walk through. At the entrance to the sculpture garden, they have a map showing where the 25 sculptures are throughout this area. That's kind of interesting. I didn't know this was here.
I didn't either. This may have been new since we were last here. Either that or we just missed it the last time.
I would say I probably just missed it because...
well, we did the 3-mile drive the last time we were here.
Oh.
I would have thought I would have remembered this.
Oh well. Still something to check out now.
Yep.
We're actually going to walk underneath this one here. I almost kind of feel like I'm in an episode of the original Star Trek where they walk through the thing to go through time. Take me to 2021. Slight bit of a top of a hill here, but if you look past this beautiful view here, you can see another kind of rolling acres view.
All the crabapple trees.
Yeah, a lot of crabapple trees, and with it there were a lot of geese hanging out underneath them. Looking over there to my left is the shrub garden, or shrub walkthrough. The sculpture garden is a nice little change of pace.
Yeah, there's some pretty sculptures in there.
Yeah. Not too bad of a walk. Also a nice place, a lot of shade. Saw actually one or two groups of people having picnics.
Yeah.
So it was a good place up there on the hill with the wind. We're gonna jump back in the car and continue our little 3-mile journey here. Shrub Rose Garden is another spot here. We're actually just got in the out of the car from the parking lot. So at the last parking lot, you can walk down to this. It's got a small little not waiting, but reflecting pool in it. This is the Chinese garden. So it looks like there's another couple of parking spots over here. Not as many as that last lot, but
This I feel is also new since we were here last.
yeah.
I don't remember this area.
On the other side is some winterberry collection.
Dahlia Trial Garden.
This is a shrub collection. You can actually walk through there. Are these hydrangeas, honey?
Some of them are, yeah.
Okay, yeah, some of them are hydrangeas. Well, these are pretty. On the other side are more shrubs. This up here says they're upright trees. I always thought all trees were upright. And then some hedges. Quite a few pretty hedges too. I didn't know so many of them could be so colorful. I expect them to be more like thick green. We're at a crossroads here. Apparently there's an Eastern drive in a bee center. farm at the Arb. Don't know what that is, but it looks like we're gonna go toward the.
We're gonna continue the 3-mile drive.
Gonna continue the 3-mile drive, go toward back toward the visitor center. This looks like a play area over here with a hedge maze.
It's a maze.
Hedge maze.
But it's closed.
It's closed. That's too bad. That seems like it'd be kind of fun to try to go through.
Yeah.
I'm kind of coming back to the visitor center, and up here there's a well, it says coffee. I don't know if there's a food truck, but it's kind of nice. Didn't know they had that. We're kind of below where the roses are. The roses are up here, and so there's a parking lot down below that. Across from there is also the Ordway picnic shelter, picnic tables. Seen quite a few people out here today with picnic meals. That's actually a great idea. Kind of wish we did that now. Starting to get hungry. And that's just a little look at the
Minnesota Landscape Arboretum.
What she said. So beautiful day out here today.
It is.
Really lucked out on that.
We've had some really cold weather this week, so it's very nice to have a nice sunny day again.
But also, we're now in mid-September, and so the flowers are starting to get a little, whatever. But it was still pretty.
Very pretty.
I'd like to come here some other time. This is actually open all year long, and so with that, they have different things, and it's good to come here, in the fall for the leaves, and the spring for the buds, and even during the winter, they have holiday lights up and other activities like that, right?
Yep, correct.
And I think you can actually snowshoe and whatever through there. We've been here for, what has it been, about 3 hours?
About 2.5, yeah.
2.5 hours?
2.5.
And we walked about 2 miles, and we didn't even do that 3-mile walk.
No, like if we instead of the drive, if we did the 3-mile walk, we would have walked longer, but.
Yeah. And of course, we'll be doing it again.
Oh, of course. It's beautiful here. And yeah, it would be, again, you could come here different times of the year and see different things.
Yep. And right now it's a reservation system with COVID, so they space people out.
Due to COVID, you have to reserve your time and pay for your tickets online. It's $15 per person unless you are a member, then of course it's free. But yeah, you just have to pick your reservation time, pay for your tickets. Everything is done online right now. You can't come in here and buy tickets on the spot. You do have to purchase everything online. Masks are required in buildings. Masks are recommended when you're out walking around the gardens, and you'll see we did utilize our masks every once in a while when there were, kind of more crowds than what we felt comfortable with. But it was a beautiful day, lots of fun.
Lucked out on that, lots of fun. But I want to thank you for joining us. I'm Bill.
I'm Carrie.
You've been watching KB Treks. Please do us a favor, like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Good luck and have fun.
See ya.